I just want to make this quick video to talk to you guys about what you guys should be doing post breakup. I know that you guys think that maybe you should go out on a date, maybe you should see women, maybe you're probably getting bad advice, to be honest. For the men that are watching this, in my personal opinion or preference, depending on how high value you are, but if you don't understand female nature, attraction skills, and your overall purpose as a man, the very first thing you should do post breakup, monk mode. Now, monk mode it became very popular by Iman Gaji. You can find his YouTube channel, but basically it's kind of like you hardcore focus on your life and you keep it very strict and very monk mode like. So I'm in monk mode almost all the time, uploading a lot of content, making sure my team is good, and I have very little leisure in the summer months. So from January to June, I'm in monk mode, but June to November, December, it's pretty cool. I'm much more open, and so I get more done in 6 months than most people do in 4 to 5 years because of this concept. And funny enough, relationships that I've been in since, well, I've only been with one girl since, really, because we've been together for 8 fucking years. Relationships work out better that way. First of all, you attract higher quality women because you're not just fucking around with any woman. You're only going to go out with women who see your vision and your dream, and they want to attach themselves to you and that dream. So they'll say, oh, I support you, right? So I told my girl, hey, look, I want to build this big media company. I want to help people, with breakups. And she's like, I support you 100%. I'm down. Monk mode, fellows, will help you because it'll help you refocus and reorganize your thoughts. It'll help you go, okay, this is what I don't want, and this is what I do want. So I want you guys to become kings, to become high status, high value. And the first thing I think you guys should do is focus on your money. Every single guy that I coach, and there are some outliers that are good with business but terrible with women because they just don't understand female nature. They don't understand what turns women on or off. If you don't know that, you're fucked in a relationship, no matter how rich you are. But having money and having good looks and dressing well, a decent haircut, right? A lot of guys that I coach have big, gross, scruffy, unkept beards. They don't cut their hair ever. They look like crap. I have to lose weight myself, but we get heavily focused on daily habits and focused on what we need to be doing. And I think most guys would have a major, major improvement by losing a little bit of weight, dressing nicer, more up to date. If you have a black t-shirt, okay, and some nice jeans, and your body is in decent shape, you're going to look good. You're going to look better. You can put a flannel over it. You could put a nice shirt over it. And you're going to look better than most guys do. Now, keep your beard, have a decent haircut, okay? And look, trimming down, losing some weight, which I know I need to do, that will help you. And then focusing on your money. If you focus on these things, you're going to you have no competition. And where you really have no competition is understanding women and understanding female nature. And see, that's where you can get away with doing certain things like having a few extra pounds on you, which you shouldn't, right? That's why I don't talk about it much, because I'm not a good example of that right now. When you understand female nature and you have a woman that's down for you and you know that she's in it and she really wants to be a part of it, you can feel it. You understand. She wants to raise your children. She wants to marry you. She almost lives to serve you in a way. And I do that for her, right? I provide and try to, in the beginning, I couldn't really provide like I can now. But in the beginning, I said, this is the plan. And women will date you for your potential. And when they see that potential in you, they're going to go, okay, this is where I see you going. Are you going to be congruent with this? And when you go along that path, she's going to be testing you and watching you. And if she sees you slowly going along that road, she's going to be down for you. She's going to be like, oh, this guy does what he says he's going to do. And you'll have tests, you'll have fights, you'll have things that you do. So again, where you will have no competition and your women will love you is when you understand female nature. What turns them on, what turns them off, right? For example, texting. There's a whole game of texting that you have to understand. There's a whole availability game that you have to understand. Having this office here, guys, major plus or thumbs up in my life. I can separate myself from my girl. She can have her space at home. I can have my space here. I honestly think that having separate places. I know money. I know. But this is why working on your money is a good idea. Because when you get into a relationship, people have a natural progression in their brain about what should happen. So, you guys get together, you're not living together yet, she's living here, and then you guys combine households. I think this little office is like $400 a month. This is my sanctuary. It's my shit, and I got somebody else that rents it with me, but he's never here. He's here like once in a while, and he uses that computer there, that fucking ancient machine from '09. This is my sanctuary. This is where if I turned you guys around, my studio is here. My setup is here for my blogging. I have my calls. I do everything here. I got weights behind me, and I'm downtown, so I can run. I can do whatever. Having this place gives me peace, and that's another thing I want to instill into you guys. Peace. A man should be aiming to have peace in his life. Every older guy will understand this. Peace and quiet. Now, if you're living at home with your woman all the time, women like to have things going on. Okay? Activities, right? Talk, right? The average woman, I think, says like 7,000 words a day or something like that, and men only say 3,000, something like that. You guys, Google that. Look, women like to have activities going around. Men want to do nothing. Men are nothing creatures. So when you have a problem, when women have problems, we're like, how do we solve that problem so that it can turn into nothing? And women are something creatures. Let's do something. Let's go somewhere. Let's go have fun. Let's go do. Men are like, why do we need to go do that? Okay, we're going to go do that. You know what I mean? Like, men are very different. And that's where we mix, and we mix with each other and we try to make it work, right? So understanding female nature in that sense. So for men, right, going into that concept of men want to do nothing and women want to do something. If you're away from your woman and she has her own life, she has her own friends, and obviously she has her family, and she sees them and is close with them, then she can live her life and be around those people, and you can be in your own world and do your own thing and be alone in peace. When you come out of your peaceful state and join her in her crazy world, it doesn't have to be actually crazy. That's a bad word. It should be more like hectic. I hope you guys understand. I'm not trying to put anybody down here, because look, everyone's like, yo, women are this and men are this. No, we just have to understand each other. So my woman knows. She goes, look, she'll even tell me, I need you out of here because I need my own space. And I'm like, cool, yeah, peace. I'm going to my sanctuary. See, you have to be able to have that open dialogue without the pain of, why doesn't she want to see me or be around me? At the end of the day, she's like, hey, I'm happy you're home. Space is incredibly important. I think people should only see each other 2 or 3 times a week. Seriously, I think that's a lot. Everybody is aiming. There's so many guys come to me and they're like, man, I spent like 6 days a week with my girl. I'm like, where's the mystery? Bro, girls get sick of that. You need to instill and inject space. If that woman cannot handle that, you're not in for a great relationship. People need time apart from each other. Okay? Now, a great connection, a great relationship, you may not ever feel that way. But my relationship is great because we spend some time every day away from each other. There are days where I stay home, but we generally spend time away from each other, and I miss her, and I'm like, I want to go home. I want to watch Peaky Blinders or whatever with you and hang out with you and do my things with you. But sometimes it doesn't happen till the next day. Sometimes it doesn't happen till next week because I'm growing my business. That is my purpose right now. And look, and on that topic of purpose, right? Because female nature and attraction, I want you guys to understand those things. Top shelf men understand those things. But the next thing is purpose. What are you doing? I don't think you have just one. I think you have multiple. I think you are actually attached to whatever you're good at as a man. Now, me, I like teaching. I like teaching people things. I like helping people. I think it's a natural thing in my blood that I've always wanted to do. I've always tried to help people and pull people towards a better path if I think that path is better. Now, that's what growing up is all about, because how do I know my path is better, right? Growing my media company, I'm good at YouTube. I'm good at blogging. I'm good at serving up information that people want to see, because generally the market doesn't care who's delivering that information, which is why anyone can blog or anyone can do YouTube as long as you develop the skill. That right now is my purpose, to build my company and sell it for millions. And a lot of you guys might go, oh, it's pretty hard there, bud. It isn't. It happens every day. I know exactly how many visitors to it can be one singular blog or 10, right? A portfolio of sites is going to sell for more than just one. So I know how much traffic I need. Knowing that, I know exactly how much I can sell it for. It's as easy as that. Private equity wants to pick up sites. All you guys have to really focus on is growing and understanding you. And I know this sounds very general. That's why I said focus on your money. I think when you focus on your money and get rich first, you have this natural tendency to find your purpose. So I'm helping people grow blogs right now. I'm helping people understand this stuff so that they can apply it to their lives and make some extra money, so that they can now look in their lives and go, okay, this is where I want to put my energy. This is where I'm passionate, right? I think becoming rich first is a better way. And let's define the term rich. I think when you're rich is when you vastly can pay for your life, right? Like say your life costs $2,000 and you're making 200,000 a month, right? I said a month. Yes, that is a lot of money, obviously, but there are massive companies making that much more than that. So, that's a massive disparity, right? But if your life costs 2,000 and you're making even 20, great. To me, you're in the rich category. However, there are people that are like making way more money than that. More money that they can ever spend. So in my terms, I look at it like this. You're making far more money than you need. And I think most people are going to be like 85% happier doing that. That's the idea, okay? And when you focus on that and you focus on that, like people in a going through a breakup right now are so focused on getting their ex back. I think the focus should be monk mode. Going into monk mode, learning about you and learning about what you want, but most of all, get more money, make more, provide more value. Money, by the way, follows value. The more value you provide at scale, okay, that's what Google and YouTube do. They give you that scalability. Ads give you the scalability, okay? So when you do that, you go, okay, I'm just gonna grow, and then your money will follow. So I know that after a certain amount of people see my videos, I know within a certain amount of days how many like coaching calls per month I'm going to be able to do. I've done the math. I've been able to figure it out. I know how much ad revenue is coming from this channel and my other YouTube channels. I know what I'm going to be making from my blogs. I just know. See, you can math it out when you provide value. So then you go, okay, how can I take that and double it and triple it and quadruple it and 10x it? And that's getting a team. So I spent so much time developing my business skills that other parts of my life were neglected. Coming back a little and focusing more on my body now and focusing more on bringing health into my life. So I just got a lot of probiotics and stuff like that. And I know it seems super simple for a lot of guys who are watching me because they're like, they might be in shape and they might be, right? But I neglected that part of my life so heavily because I needed money so bad. So now I'm coming back. I'm going to start running. And that's kind of like a new passion or a new purpose. I want to start actually not learning how to run. I know how to run, but like doing long runs without getting tired. Like I want to be able to have that kind of cardio, and it's going to be a new journey in my life. And lifting weights, of course, but I've always liked lifting weights. So the most important thing, guys, go monk mode, go back into you. During this time, you have the best time in the world to do it. Post-breakup. You have all the time in the world to grow. And look, there is no downside to focusing on you and growing and becoming the best version of you. You have no downside. Except, maybe your ex is gone. A new woman will come along, and don't let that fuck up your monk mode. Get to a point where you're cool, and then you can come out of monk mode and relax and be more, fun. But it doesn't mean that you can't do anything during monk mode, okay? You guys can have a weekend off here and there. But generally speaking, you're growing, okay? If you guys have any questions on this, hit me up. My podcast is coming up pretty soon. It's probably just going to be called Masculine Energy Monk Mode Podcast. That's almost what I said. Masculine Energy Podcast, where I talk more about this kind of stuff, growth of men, being a man, what it's like. And I'm only 31. I'll be 32 next month. And I have a lot of growth to do, right? I have a lot of reading that I still do and want to do. But it's a constant student of life mentality, and money is only one aspect. But I promise you, take my word for it. When you make money, everything else falls into place because you're relieved of pressure. You're relieved of bill pressure. You can actually do fun things. When your friends are like, hey, you want to go out? You can afford it. When you have something come up like a business opportunity with your coach, Kyle, right? You can afford it. Anything like that, you can afford. Plus, when you start making friends that do this business shit, and they're like, hey, check this out, you can afford it. You can afford trips. You can afford, right? Do all that. Me, I have a different goal. Some of you are going to want to make 10K a month and be cool with that for the rest of your life. Some of you are going to want to build a big company like me and sell it for millions. It's up to you. If you have any questions, post in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer. See you guys in the next video.